President Muhammadu Buhari's loan application to the National Assembly. Despite outcry, he has decided to ignore critics and demanded $800 million loan for a program he said would expand coverage of shock responsive safety net support among the poor and vulnerable Nigerians. What issues are there in this for you, BKO?
I think coming so close to the end of the administration, it is shocking to hear that Mr. President has made this kind of demand. We are already in trouble in terms of the quantum of loans that we have taken, especially under this administration, and the capacity to pay diminishes with every passing day. In fact, KPMG has even suggested that Nigeria could end up spending in this year 100% of its revenue, because we've had a situation in which in one quarter we spent 118% of our revenue to service debt, whereas over that same period, South Africa spent just 20% of their revenue, and their debt is higher than ours. So already we have not managed the situation very well. You are leaving office. You have just 9 days to leave office. 2 Mondays from now, we'll have the inauguration of a new president. That is not the time to be asking for loan. I think that the National Assembly, under the leadership of Senator Ahmed Lawan, have spoiled the president in terms of the constant granting of his loan requests without thinking of the implications, because these loans are denominated in foreign currency. We earn a lot of our receipts. A lot of our receipts are in Naira form. Talking about our revenue generating agencies, including customs and the rest of them. They generate revenue in Naira. By the time what is generated is converted to dollars, which is the currency with which you pay for these debts, you see that it pales into insignificance. So I think that we are already overburdened by too much debt, and we are held back by inability to earn enough money by way of revenue, to the point that the last thing that you want to see or you want to hear is that we are piling up new debt. I think that this is wrong at this time, even if the money is meant to pay some of the most vulnerable in our society. And when they talk about a determination to make the whole thing transparent, promising that the disbursement will be transparent, you are not going to be in office at that time. So how do you enforce transparency when you will even be out of government? How are you sure that transparency will be maintained? You are no longer going to be in office, and in the next 6 months you won't be in the office, and you won't be in office, and this money is supposed to be disbursed over a period of 6 months. You have said that the money will be transferred to people electronically. A lot of the most vulnerable in our society do not even have bank accounts. We've been told that in northern Nigeria, only about 35% of women actually have bank accounts. In more than half of the 774 local governments of our country, there are no banks. So I'm not swayed by the promise of transparency in disbursing the money. I think that the current administration has taken enough loans for it to be thinking of taking a fresh loan with just a few days to the termination of the administration. I don't think it makes sense, and it has a way of saddling the incoming administration with far more debt than they can handle. We have all kinds of debts, ways and means, and the rest of them. We are taking loans to even pay salaries, to handle the current expenditure, to take care of the current expenditure. We are taking loans. The World Bank has warned us to stop taking those loans from the CBN, which we call ways and means. So this is happening. It's disturbing enough. But I'm shocked that the administration or the president will go and be asking for loan. There are some other things that we see happening, appointments being made, last minute appointments and all that. Well, the president reserves the right up to his last day in office to fill vacancies and all that. It's in the exercise of his duties as a president. But I don't think it is morally right to be piling on debt just when you are about to leave office. I don't know the kind of people who advise the president. They are not doing a good job at all.